Hi, Tay. Mr. Parrish here. I want to take a few minutes to talk about your submission for the identity paragraph assignment. I think overall you got off to a really good strong start here. This is you follows the assignment very well. Shows that you took some of the ideas from the first the forum and applied them here. So keep that in mind as a recipe for success. If you have a question, contact me. Take the feedback from that forum. That's often why I set that forum up, is to intervene as much as I can before you get to the later assignment in the week. Given the fast pace that we're going this semester, that's going to be even more important. First comment I make here is the title needs work. So let me say a few things about that. This is the Feedback Studio and Turnitin. You can access this by going back to your original submission. There's a little blue pencil icon. If you click on that, it takes you to this page, and you can access these grade marks. And if you click on them, they open up and they give either an explanation or some additional insight. Basically what this tells you is that a good title includes the topic, the identity, and the stance or position. Here it could be my multiple identities or the identities that make me who I am. Don't use the assignment, the name of the assignment as your title. Your title is the first opportunity you have to get your reader on board with what you're trying to say. Use a pretty successful they-say idea here. This is what identity is like for a lot of people. You transition to the idea that, like most people your age, you're still developing a lot of that. So that's well done. I think this first identity, which kind of revolves around this early childhood memory, I think, of your mother, it needs to be named. And so the fact that it's not named, even though it has a nice detail, I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say about it. You're someone who, are you someone who appreciates beauty, or that's. Again, finding a name for it would help get the reader on board. I'll just leave it at that. All right. This was such a simple task to her to create beauty as she saw fit. I think that's a case where the second sentence, to create beauty as she saw fit, is not a sentence. This would be a fragment. I think you want to connect this here. This was such a simple task to her. Colon might work here in the fact that you're sort of introducing without using a connective word to do it. I'll say something else about to later. This sentence here, little did my mom know as a little girl creating my personality, I was, well, in the case here, a little girl is closer to mom than it is to you. And so it is a bit confusing to the reader. Is this something little did my mom know when she was a little girl? So you want to clear that up because, again, little girl is closer to mom than it is the word I here. So a revision here might be, little did my mom know that I, as a little girl, or as when I was a little girl, I was creating something like that would clarify who the little girl was. Secondly, I am an ant. That's a really good, strong, clear, simple transition from one idea to another. So use that as a model. You want these sentences to stand out, and they stand out when they're short and direct. Down here, a couple of comma rules, and these are patterns you might look for going forward. Here, you're talking about two of your nieces, so her sisters, and then you pause to name them. So this would be like we call this a parenthetical expression. You interrupt the sentence, her sisters are the youngest, by inserting their names. You should do it this way. It's the best way to do it. There'd simply be a second comma here. These are like parentheses, and if you click on that explanation, that's what I'm showing here. So one comma sort of begins the interruption, and one comma closes it. Another pattern you'll see quite often is that when you connect a word with the word that, T-H-A-T, there's no comma needed to do it. Basically, that is the job of this word, is to connect ideas, and it doesn't need a comma to do it. For the most part, the same is true with to. It's now my responsibility to do for others, so there's no comma needed there. Make a comment here that it probably be important that if you identify your job, I think from the forum post, it may be C and A, but again, it's don't trust my memory certainly, and keep in mind that your audience is not me. You're writing this for a general audience, so if you assume I know something, well, that's not going to be useful if you're writing for someone else. And finally, one other of these no commas needed, though I may still be developing. That I may still is your subject and verb, so you don't want a comma separating this. If you write it this way, the reader is looking to see what this interruption is, and they'll never figure it out. So 23 out of 25 is the score I gave this. That was 9 out of 10 for development organization, 4 out of 5 for conventions, 5 out of 5 for voice. I think it was certainly appropriate to this assignment. And overall, I think 5 for sentence fluency. Your ideas do move pretty well from one to another. So maybe some issues with these conventions that I think you can iron out as we go on in the course. So if a good start. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. And if you would, please email me and let me know that you got the video, it worked for you, and that you understand what I was getting at. So take care. Talk to you soon.